You are watching a master at work.
Alright, so as you can see, I have an LS1 intake and a 5.3 LM7 first gen intake. I'm just going to kind of clean up the LS1 intake and show you the differences and swap all the sensors over from the LM7 truck manifold to the LS1. Another thing is a 3-bar map sensor, since I'm going boost. It's the part number. It's actually made in Germany. It's an AC Delco part. So obviously that's probably the map sensor on the truck manifold, but I don't really know where the map sensor is on here. I think this is MAF, so I don't know. We'll have to see what this is, but oh, it's TPS. This might be the map. Might be it. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'll do some research, but yeah, I'm gonna start cleaning it with simple green. Something you can do if these bits are super tight, just kind of put it in there and get some leverage on here with the vice grips, and it'll turn off like so. So yeah, just make sure the issue here. This is the GM 3-bar map sensor. This is only for LSA stuff, so it actually doesn't even fit this hole of an LS1 or LS6 intake manifold. So I took the factory truck map sensor, grinded it off on the edges, and then just kind of made it seat with the original plunger stuff. And then because this clip was broke off originally when I got this, so I filed that down and then zip tied this down, so now it's flush. And it's kind of ghetto, but I mean it's sealed, so you know, whatever. And I'm just gonna have that there, and then I'm just going to run like a remote map, I guess, vacuum line to this map sensor and remote mount it somewhere, since it has a mounting hole. Just mount it like on the frickin' like bulkhead or something, so it's easily accessible. Because the back of the intake manifold doesn't seem like that would be fun to get to in a car, especially a swapped car. So yeah, we'll see how that works, I guess. But as you can see, the stock sensors on the truck manifold swap over to the LS manifold. Throttle body and the TPS. I think that's like a IET or something. I have no idea. But I know this is the TPS and this is something else. Alright guys, so we got the Rona special today. We're gonna put the pistons, rods, and rod bearings and bolts on. So obviously last video I gapped my rings. These are oil support rails. These are the I don't know what they call them, maybe the ring support. I don't know the official term, but yeah, whatever. And then the rings, the top and bottom. So I'm just going to go through them one by one, file off the edges if there's a little bit of a gap, and then put them on the ring, or put the rings on the pistons with this ring spreader, and then put them in, and then oil the sides with conventional oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and get to it. Alright, so when you have your piston, you're gonna install the rings and whatnot. Make sure you have your piston and your oil support ring. Obviously follow your manufacturer specs, but on mine these are Hastings. This little gap is meant to go towards the top of the piston. See how the ends butt? They want to be facing up towards the piston. So I'm going to spiral this on. Just be careful. I mean, it's pretty flexible, but just kind of spiral it on. Make sure the gaps face upwards, like I was telling you. See them? They're right there. Face up. And we'll move on to the spacer rings. Alright, so what it says to take is this spacer. I gotta actually make sure they're separated here. They're sticky together. Alright, so what you want to do is take these. It doesn't really have an orientation. It doesn't say top, bottom, or anything like that, so it's kind of weird. Alright, so thank God the Hastings has a YouTube page explaining the rings, because every ring is different. So since I got the oil support rail in here, you want to go over the top. I'm actually going to use this expansion tool because I like these. I don't like Alright, so I just checked obviously the edges of this second compression ring. This one has a dot on the top. I don't know how well you can see it. Right there, so this one goes facing up. So what you want to do is when you get your ring pliers here, I'll stuff this in here like so. Use it like that. Take the piston, and when we go to the front, you want 6 o'clock on the second ring. Top ring, so I'm going to check that one for check this one for actual edges and stuff, because I don't want to put it in with edges. Start breaking stuff, but yeah. Alrighty, so I got it cleaned. I use ATF and a lint for your paper towel or rag or whatever to get the cuttings off. So then what you want to do, make sure your gaps are still lined up. Yeah, we got 6 o'clock, 10 and 2. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take this guy. It doesn't really matter on this one because it doesn't have an orientation of top or bottom. Take this guy, there's a 6 o'clock gap, flip it, do 180. There you go, freaking, there she is, buddies. And that's how you put on your piston rings. Now this one's ready to go in the block. Alright, so what you want to do is when you get that rod set down on there, you want to go ahead and grab your cap and bolts. Basically you want to take your ARP rod bolts and, you know, lube them basically, just to be safe. Put a little bit on the threads, like so, a little bit under the actual cap head of the bolt, like so, and you're good. Cap only goes on one way, so the way you can look is look for the tangs, like so. How they have it marked from the factory is there's orange to the front, which is pretty nice. So I don't have a problem doing this in such a short or such a long amount of time, because I'd rather do it right. Make sure I didn't add to any part of what's going on, you know, if they had an issue. Because if you do it right and take your time, you can do things, you have time to think, you know. So it's better than just, you know, slapping stuff together. That's how mistakes get made, you know. So there you go. That cap's on. So now what we want to do is we want to take our torque wrench, torque these to 40 foot-pounds per the ARP specs. Alright, so you take your trusty torque wrench here, and this one's a gear wrench. I follow Rad Dan stuff, it's pretty sick. I love it, it works good. I set it to 40, everything's set, and what we do is you slowly tighten these guys down, make sure everything is right on the cab. So what I like to do is go a little bit on each side, kind of do that, and then also what you want to do is you don't want to pull the bolts on with the cap. You kind of want to tap it on like so. If you don't, you have a chance of kind of rocking the cap back and forth, which you don't want to do. Make sure your rod's at the right location, because if not, it's going to be all weird. Alright, cool. So we got the rod set up. What we're going to do is we're going to torque it in one sweep. You don't want to go in two. $40. 40, 40, and 40. So there you go, you're done. Alright, so as you can see, it's installed. So we're going to go around and see. Like freaking butter, man. Look at that. Look at that, dude. So this rod's going to rotate, obviously, because of the fact that there's no rod to correspond to side load it. So yeah. So freaking 1 hour later, I got one bank done. As you can see, it's just easier to do one bank at a time because they all go to the same side and just, you know, rhythm. Make sure you seat the rod caps, not don't actually tighten them or torque them all the way. I did the first one, but I undid it. So now I'm going to get to the second bank and rotate this around. So look at this, y'all. You know you did good when the freaking thing turns over like butter. Yeah! Get your front cover installed. I just used a straight edge to align it, but also what I also did is used the bolt, torque it to 200 foot-pounds, and center it on the actual seal here, like so, and looks good to me, honestly. Do not use the extended bolt method because you will F your crank up and the bolt. Don't use the old bolt either. Just kind of soft mallet hammer it on evenly until you can get the threads on the new bolt, and then torque it to 200 foot-pounds. Learn from my mistake. The internet is not always right. So now what I'm going to do is try and tighten the rear cover bolts and then also rotate the engine. Just to see that it works, you know. Because I torqued the front cover bolts to 240 inch-pounds, which is 18 foot-pounds. Alright guys, so I got the water pump on. I think these are the right bolts. Just this little one right here I think is a little dirty or something because it won't thread all the way in, but it fits and they're all the same length, so I'm just going to rock with it. But, alright guys, so that's it for this video. I put the water pump on, balancer's balanced, the front cover's torqued. Yeah, got kind of the miscellaneous sensors and just kind of piddling. I do have to wait for the lifters to come in. They're on back order because of this whole Rona. But, I don't know, what do you guys think I should call this engine? The Rona Special or the frickin' Quarantine 5.3? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, let me know. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Slowly but surely, but we got the whole shore block assembled now. It's just time for the heads on the top end, and that's the easy part. Then save up for T56 Magnum F. Ugh! Yeah, but thanks for watching, guys.